Okay, glycine. I love that part you talk about it. It helps a lot reducing the cortisol, so that's why it helps sleep. Super good after training and before sleep. You can eat the powder right away without water. It tastes a bit like maple syrup, so you save time. So I remember I had my butter, my powder. Thank you. Right over the bed and before sleeping.
Never
So,
tried that.
yeah, and you feel like a really powerful drop of cortisol.
Which
Well,
makes sense because it goes directly into the saliva of your tongue and
yeah,
absorb it with the transition. By the way.
sublingual channel, but you're not stressed, so okay. I think Poliquin was suggesting to people to have it with protein instead of carbs for people with insulin resistance, or for him, people were fat over 10% of body fat for men, so that's kind of exaggerated. But he was recommending for people that want to lose fat quickly to use glycine with protein after workout instead of carbs, because glycine will jack up a bit the insulin but drop the cortisol, so that's perfect to fat conversion into energy.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You were talking about the different hormonal problem that we can see with body fat measurements. Once again, before trying to balance the hormone directly, like we learned at first with the example biosignature, bioprint with the Poliquin, we need to fix the organs. So it's right in the beginning of the course. Don't forget to do it. Why is that? Because those guys are going to produce the proper hormone and drop the cortisol. So it's going to reduce all the inflammation process, all the mechanisms that create all the debalances of the body actually.
Deficiencies in the body. Again, if you can't absorb anything, you won't get the right nutrients.
There we go. Base logic. So about training during fasting, it makes sense in an evolution point of view. We were not hunting and risking our lives as a human while the fridge was full. Yeah, the paleo fridge. It's not a tendency in the living being of any living organism, in fact, to kill on a full stomach, neither taking the possibility of getting harm for nothing. So that's it. Our hormones are drive to make us more performance on an empty stomach, to hunt with more energy. Anyway, this digestion take away a lot of energy out of the system. Starving give us the drive and focus. The food become the reward. We can add about it that starvation in a certain way, some people don't react really good because we don't have the same bacteria in the gut that in the old days. We got some powerful bacteria, exact sugar bacteria shout pretty loud to the brain as well. So when you remove them, some sugars and stuff like that, there's tons of by the reward center in the brain as well as the bacteria. There's gonna be some bad feeling that might happen. So you're gonna lose your concentration, gonna feel like having less motivation, so a lack of energy while training. That's a sign of imbalances in the body. So that's we want to have that little shade maybe to make sure you understand that on an optimal human being and regular without in a world with less toxicity, starving was really a good thing. Now, since we're all in our biochemistry is all in balance, we might get trouble with it, and it's another sign to treat the organ. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what in a nutshell, what he's trying to say is starving actually gives us a drive and focus, and it doesn't give us the energy we need, but it gives us that drive where it's like, I need to finish my workout so I can actually eat and refuel my body. Exactly. So that's what he's trying to say at the same time.
There we go.
So Nick actually makes a good point, and I probably haven't mentioned this enough or at all just earlier, but when we're talking about the digestion and it takes up a lot of energy, it actually does take up a lot of energy. So be cautious when working with your clients and advise them or even yourselves not to eat right before a sporting event or a training event, simply because you don't want to waste or expend too much energy while degrading your nutrients. The best option would be to eat something light before, either an hour and a half, even 2 hours before training. Eating heavier meals is best after a workout, So if you have a client that comes in and tells you, well, I haven't had time to eat, what can I eat before training or whatever my sporting event is, tell them, something light that you can digest very fast, just a small snack to give them that boost, so they have enough energy for the workout, and they're not expending enough energy while they're working out on their digestion. So it could be something just like a quick protein shake or a healthy fat for that matter as well.
Not to focus neither their mind over. I feel like I'm hungry.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's annoying.
that mental aspect reduces performance also.
Yeah, exactly.